Hi, I got some inspiration, as I usually do. I made a post a couple of days ago about forgiveness. And I actually I think that what goes hand in hand with forgiveness is patience. Forgiveness is, I think, according to what I think, is one of the keys to going forward in life. Forgiving yourself, forgiving other people. For me, a big part of my taking one step in front of another have been forgiving myself. Forgiving myself for letting things happen. I've always been a person that has. I can read many books about, write many books about bad self talk or putting myself in situations where I've been telling myself that it was my fault. And learning to forgive myself for that. And finding out that things happen for a reason. And looking on my life now and seeing that everything has meaning. And forgiving me for self-hatred or self-loathing or the self-negative talk. And also forgiving other people for not knowing better, or for being on a journey in their life where they had to play that role of them being in that way so that I could learn in that way on my journey in life. It's actually what it's about. We're all on different journeys, but our journeys sometimes are co-aligned or going that we are supposed to have an impact on each other in some sort of way. And even though that the best of people, they don't want to hurt anyone, and then sometimes people get hurt and it's not their fault. It's because of the journey that we have to learn. I hope it makes sense. It made sense up in my head. Maybe something happened on the way out of my mouth. I don't know. It happens sometimes. Anyway, forgiveness. I want to talk about forgiveness. Forgiveness and patience. Having patience is very important when we're talking about forgiving. Because forgiving is not one day waking up and saying, bling, now it's gone. It depends. For example, sometimes I have meetings on Zoom, a lot. And many times, either because I have meetings globally with all over the world with people from every country in the world, and sometimes the connections are just bad, or sometimes it's the technical stuff and so on and so on. And sometimes I'm just sitting there and waiting and I don't hear from people. So it's a lot about forgiving, because I know that the people that I'm supposed to have meetings with, that they are wonderful, loving people. And sometimes things happen. Always for a reason. Always. So I don't have any trouble at all forgiving people for that, because I've been one of them. I've been practicing Zoom for about 2 years, and I'm still practicing. So, but um, the larger stuff, forgiving something hurt. And how do you get hurt? It's if you can get hurt by people that you love, or you can get hurt if people misunderstand you, or your character. If people are touching something about your character, for example, if you are very honest and people are calling you a liar, or if you are very orderly and people are calling you messy, things that go deep, that can be hard. Or a loved one cheating on you, that hurts, and so on. I think we all know at one point that we have been, or I have actually been, in many situations where I had to forgive. Not forget, but forgive. So why do we forgive? We forgive because no. Why is it good to forgive? We forgive, and it's good to forgive because then we can go on. Grabbing hold of despair, hatred, envy, or retaliation, or revenge, that's a negative. Sometimes it will get you through the day. And in my life, at one point, I had to find my anger and my revenge. Thought of revenge was actually what got me out of a bad relationship. But it wasn't what got me through my life. What actually healed me and made me better was love and forgiveness, compassion, fun, and forgiveness, and patience. A lot of patience. So have you got anyone that you need to forgive? Have you forgiven yourself? How do you forgive yourself? How do you look yourself in the eye and say, I forgive you? How can you forget all the times that you feel that you could have done something else? How do you forgive that? You start with one day at a time. Start by looking at yourself maybe through other people's eyes. I forgave myself by looking through my husband's eyes. I started loving myself by looking through my husband's eyes and my children's eyes. It was actually because of my daughter. She's 13 years old today, and you can say that she saved my life. Because before I got her, I was at a very bad place. Everything happens for a reason. And it was part of my journey. But if I hadn't gotten my daughter, I am not sure I was going to be here today. And I've told her this. So I learned to love myself because people in my life showed me unconditional love. They didn't need to forgive me because there was nothing to forgive. The only person I needed to forgive was myself. No one else. We are all in this life, on this planet or this universe, living our journeys. And forgiveness is just as much forgiving yourself as anything. You can try to forgive others and put the blame on them. That will help a little. But it's forgiving yourself for being in that situation, being in that spot, and being at that place at that time, thinking that thought. It's there that you actually get your freedom. Forgiveness and patience. Patience enough to know that your journey is that you're in the right direction. And this is part of your journey. Relaxing for just enough time for thoughts to actually go into your mind and ideas to pop up, and for you to think a positive thought of yourself. So forgiving yourself is the key to self-love. And this has been part of my journey. It is part of my journey. Some days I love myself more than other days. And some days I need to practice again and again. Practice what I preach. I think all of us, maybe not you, I don't know, but I put my hand up. I am human. Actually, I love the expression that we are spiritual identities having human experiences. I love that. Because we were here before. This is my view, anyway. And we're going to be here long after. And so this is part of the journey. So why not make it the best? And starting with love and forgiveness and patience, gratitude. And stopping holding on to bad memories or memories that is not helping you to be the best version of yourself. Yeah. That's it for today. So please share if you think that someone else can use this. Please use my tags if you want. And just found out a new tag, because I always say, be nice, be real, be proud, and be you. So I got the inspiration from, actually, in a way, Laura Nutt. I'm the queen bee. Maybe. Let's see. So maybe you can use hashtag queen bee or hashtag Michelle Quick. Stay safe. Be patient. Forgive yourself. I'm thankful that you listened to this. Namaste.